That's called an oops, turned into a okay. What's up, brother? Does that sound so cool? How you doing, man? This is so stratty, bro. All right, what else? That's a song on the set list that I'm learning. No, never mind. I don't want to get banned. That's so weird, bro. You need to talk to somebody. You need Jesus. Fuzz pedal. That's the trigger. Wrong one. I know a Pharisee when I see one. What? Hey, listen, homie, you're gonna know my name. No, he's Jesus. What? A lot? Depends on the day. Yesterday I had like an 8-hour day. What's up, man? Yeah, I had to restart my live stream. I got a phone call from the VA, and it like killed all audio, and I tried like 3 or 4 things to bring it back. Yeah, this is a cool guitar too. This is a 1987 Made in America Strat. So this is like when they first brought them back. And the cool thing is this guitar is handmade by one luthier. So this is before the custom shop setup, but this is kind of like the custom shop experience. What have I had done to it? I guess the only thing I've done is I had my buddy go through. He did a fret leveling job for me because a lot of the frets were hurting after like 30 years of playing. And then I got him to install a bone nut too. I really enjoyed the bone nut. I feel like it helps with tuning stability. I don't really use a lot of the tremolo arm, so I don't really have to worry too much about tuning stability. I mean, that's just a good guitar. To pinch harmonic, one, you need a lot of gain. Gain's going to help you. But basically what you're going to do is imagine this finger is the string, okay? When you pluck down, as you pluck down the string, I want you to think about plucking through the string. So you're going to pluck straight down, and as the string is oscillating back up, it's going to touch the flesh of your thumb. And also location matters, where you're at here. Dude, this sounds so good, man. That's an octave fuzz pedal, bro. How do I do the fast tapping? I practice it slow, but you got to get your left hand in tune and your right hand. So I'll show you some exercises I do for my left hand. So we'll pick a key. I don't know. Let's do. We'll play in the key of E. All right. So we're gonna have B. We're gonna only use the B string for this exercise. So you've got B, C sharp, D sharp, E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B. So this is what we're gonna do. First, we're just gonna start off on one note. Then you can do 3 notes. Then we can add in the 4th note. And then it's that same motion, it's just instead of doing an open string. Watch, we'll go. So I gotta tame this damn pedal. I guess I'm giving you a horrible example, but it's all about taking your time, and then you want to do something like. I don't know. It's cool you think that it sounded cool because I feel like sometimes I overuse it. It's one of those one of the things like once you get it underneath your hand, then the interesting things are like what intervals are you going to pull out. But I show you that exercise of doing this. Because it's all about intervals. Yeah, that's exactly what I was getting at. So, you know, like for example, if you're gonna do like a 7-1-5, or you can do like a 1-3-5, or you can make it minor. Or you can just make noise like this. But what I would do is get used to doing this. And then you can do something like, I mean, that's the end all be all right there, right? Like when you can do this, then people think you're really good. I'm just kidding. But yeah, I mean that's what I did at least. And then I just practiced. And I just used it inappropriately. I'd be like, oh wow, let's do something to the changes. Okay. And I just keep developing it. And sometimes I feel like I overuse it. I don't have like, I'm getting better about learning when it's appropriate and inappropriate. Like you heard me tap on a Jimi Hendrix song. Is that appropriate? I did it. You thought it was cool, so I'll take it, you know? Because when I do it, I'm like, I don't know. Let's try it. Let's see what happens. But you could also use it for, it's just something that, like, I prefer, like, I'd much rather a tapping thingy thing than, like, a sweepy thingy thing. You know what I mean? So, to get to your question, where was it at? Who asked it? KZ, do you have any tips for connecting phrases in a solo? Yeah, I'm gonna give you a form. A, B, A, C. All right, so first you want to do is you want to develop a A section. So maybe our A is like, all right, that's our A. And we're not going to do anything complicated. We're just going to keep it simple first. So like something like, now we got to develop B. B could be, so we go back to A. Now C's got to be something completely different. So we got, if we put it together, go something like that. And then it's just taking that concept and making it more and more intricate, more and more complex until you're playing what it is that you hear in your head. I would just recommend start simple. I feel like a lot of times with guitar players, we have the tendency of like, we get really motivated and we try to do the hardest thing that we can, and then we can't do it. And we're like, well, shit, I can't do it. I don't have the gift. Well, people who have the quote unquote gift have spent the time doing the basic stuff and getting brilliance in the basics. You know, this is something I learned in the military. So just take your time and, you know, let me put on a backing track and we'll actually just practice it. Let's see. Backing track. All right, this is B minor. Let me hear it. I've never played this. I have no idea what this is. So it's a B minor 7 to E minor 9. All right, so we can do something like, that's our A. Let's figure out our B. I've established my home base. This is my home base. And then, all right, so what I was doing, I was trying to be mindful about what I was doing. Who's the person who asked? Kay? Hell yeah, man. Good stuff, Toby. So what I'm thinking is like, I've got a home base established, okay? So my home base is just... All right. So now the other thing I'm thinking about is what key are we in? All right. So for me, I still like to think in terms of major. Like, even though I'm in B minor, my brain is like, I know D major really well. Okay. So how is this important? We need to know what chords are inside of B minor. Yeah, we'll just keep it in B minor. All right. So B minor, we have a B minor, right? We have a C sharp diminished. Probably won't be using that, but still good to know if I want to add some tension. We have a D major. We have an E minor. We have F sharp minor. We have G major. And we have A major. If you know these arpeggios, then you can be really cheesy. Like, for example, the chord progression is just... just E minor, and then the chorus is G major 7. So it goes G major 7 to F minor 7, F sharp minor 7, E minor to B minor 7 to D, right? So there's a couple of things you can do there. You could follow the arpeggios, and I would probably try to stay away from 1. So I would probably start on the 3rd, maybe the 5th. So on that G major 7. And if this is too much thinking, okay, that's fine. Don't. But if you're actually trying to study this where you get to a point where it's automatic, then I would sit down and I would say, okay, G major, what can I play over that? I could go... I could even hit the 7th because it's a 7th chord. We can go... That ba-da-dum. That's a 1, 7, and we're just following that down, right? Because... to the 6. And also, the 6 down to the 3 is also going to work on that F sharp, or that 6 will. So I don't know, man. This is just how my brain thinks. You want to think in like terms of intervals and melodic phrasing. So one thing I did that helped me a lot too with phrasing is I've played a lot of Elton John vocal parts on the guitar. Learning how to play vocal parts on the guitar will unlock phrasing, in my opinion. Because if all you know is scales and you try to bring that into the solo space, it's like, all right, take a solo. And you're like, okay. First time you do that, it might be cool. But you're going to do that for a 3-hour set, you know, by your second solo or your third solo, the crowd's getting up and leaving. They're like, bro, I don't want to hear this man just... You know, be like, dude, I got really good John Petrucci rock discipline skills. What do you mean? John Petrucci does it? Not important. There's a time and place for everything. And I feel like in guitar, like, especially in the day and age of, like, social media, and I'm saying this as, like, 18 of you guys are watching me on social media, but on social media days, it feels like guitar is mostly shred-based. And that's just not music, man. That's just not music. You know, it depends on what you're trying to do. But if you're trying to sound expensive, the guys who sound expensive are the guys who are playing super melodic and chordal. If you can play chordal and you can think intervals, it'll transform your playing from like amateur rubbish to like, oh shit, this guy is actually soloing and like it's pleasant to listen to with my breakfast, as someone said earlier. You know, but it takes a while to get there. But I would say like the fact that you're jumping on like channels on live streams and asking questions means that you're probably on the right track. Just keep doing what you're doing, and you'll find your style. Like for me, I'm still very bluesish. You know, it's hard for me to get out of here. Like this is something I'm taking lessons to really expand and get out. So now I would say like some of my soloing, I'm thinking chordally, if that makes sense. So it's like, oh, okay, if I'm vamping on a B minor to an E minor, then I probably want to hit some chord tones like... You know, then for E minor. and just thinking like melody wise, like how can I make a melody over this if my chord is just we gotta create something the crowd can sing, so something like boom, 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 it might be too hard. There we go. That's kind of more about it. So now, if we take that idea to kind of bring this in, that could be our A section. Our A section could just be boom. Then we write a B section. It could be something like boom. Oh, that's too high. Let's go boom. You hear how it's just subtly different? So A could be boom. And the test you should use if it's a good A or B section is, can I sing this? If you can sing it, it's a good melody. If you can't sing it, go back to the drawing board. And it's all about just having fun, man. But that would work really well over this. Let's test it. Let's test it. Let me get my looper. Stop it. Charlie said, I need scratches out. Okay, that's enough. Do I need to log you out? Cool, man. Hopefully that helps you, though. I don't know. That's how I think about this. That's how I think about soloing, how I think about phrasing, and how I think about composition, honestly. It's always about, like, playing to the song and then learning how to like, show off, quote unquote, and then how to dial it back. Because if all you're doing is jumping into the deep end, but you're not swimming, like you're gonna drown. You know what I mean? But if you can learn how to just like hone it in, set like a base, would be the best thing I could say. Like that ABAC thinking. Hang on, this is. Why are you fighting me? Strats, man. Give me a sec. But yeah, I studied this from Bach. Honestly, Bach taught me this. This is why I study. Like I enjoy studying classical music because it really totally tablar. Troy, okay, that's your opinion, homie. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, studying classical music's kind of taught me that. And that was just like straight off the cuffs, just improvising. But I mean that's really how I do it and how I think. You know, love it or hate it, doesn't matter. It's how I do it. What, Boston? No, y'all being bad. It's only 10 o'clock. You've already been outside. You've already eaten. Like, Dad, all you've been doing is reading and playing guitar this morning. It's time for you to play with the dogs. Boston, I've got him in training right now. He got a gold star yesterday. It's a good dog. I don't know if y'all can see him. Oh, yeah, there he is. That's my Boston. You coming up? You gonna say hello? Come on. Come up. I'll lock y'all out of the studio. I don't do this. You know that. Stop. That's enough. Let's actually play. Someone said something about Blackmore. For sure, man. I agree. When you get a chance, maybe a class on setting pedal patches in the Toolmaster Pro. When I try to set my pedal, when I switch amps, the right pedals are never with the right amp. Yeah, what better question is like, what are you struggling with, Mike? Like, can you give me an example of what you mean by that? Because I can talk through it now and then. When I'm done with my live stream today, I plan on filming. I was gonna plan to film an acoustic video today, but if you can elaborate, I might make a whole video on it. What's up, Fred? I appreciate you, Fred. You come on here a lot, man, and I'm just grateful you're always on here, Fred. Hope y'all are doing well over there. Hope the weather's good to y'all. Yeah, but hopefully Mike's typing out what he means. Check this out. This pedal's called a reverse delay, and it sounds so cool, man. Alright, let's see. I'll have a delay on a clean channel, then I hit the amp switch, and I can't get the delay on the high gain channel. Okay, let me think about this. Whoa, that's crazy. It's colder here in South Carolina than it is out there, which is wild. Oh, it's the same patch? Then you might have too many things in your switch, if that makes sense. Like, what I would do is isolate just your amps. So I would have one pedal that when I press this pedal, it turns on one amp, turns off the other amp. And when I press it again, it does the opposite. So then that way it shouldn't touch your delay, and your delay should just be there, if that makes sense. Yeah, that's probably how I would handle that situation. You have that? Then why is your delay being... How do you have your amps wired? Are they in series, or are you doing like a like, do you have a split in your channel? Because what I would check out is maybe your signal chain. Man, I wish you could just send me a screenshot. If you could send me a screenshot of your preset, or have you published it? See you, Fred. Hope you have a great day, brother. I'm doing well, man. Just answering some questions about rigs and playing some music. This is the Marshall JCM that I'm playing right now, and it sounds good as hell. Well, if you're on Instagram or Facebook, shoot me a message of it, or a picture of it. I need to see how it's wired. I've just got questions, and it'd be easier if I could actually see it. That's a cool chord. That's a good question. It depends on what amp you want to use first and foremost. They traditionally use matchless amps on stage, which is a Vox amp. So hold on, let me save this first. What do I want to replace? I'll replace Brenda's rig. Yeah. Okay. Let me pull up an amp preset that has a Vox amp in it. Is that the sound you're talking about? One thing is single coil pickup. I'm playing through a single coil pickups. This is slightly different on humbuckers. Not much because the fundamentals are still there. It's just I would say that this is one reason why I'm so attracted to single coils lately. And I feel like a lot of that Chon song, they're using like that. They're like what's equivalent to like position 4 on a Strat. Like if I were to grab one of my Ibanez guitars. Yeah, well, it also depends on the headphones that you're using, how you're listening to their music. Because if you were in a room with me, it would probably sound different than if you're just listening to this through your phone. But even through your phone, a mix is just so different than an isolated guitar. One thing is that you don't need a lot of low end in your sound. Okay, that sounds good, Mike. But one is you don't need a lot of low end. It's kind of the opposite. You need more mids. So just make sure your lows aren't too squashing. And at the same time, like tame your highs. I have like a little top end shimmer, but I don't. You don't want to go crazy on it. Like if your ears hurt listening to it, that's not it. And then the compressor you use is important. They use compression quite a bit. They use a Warden compressor. I just use, what is this right here? This is kind of like the Boss compressor. And then I got a little bit of delay for like kind of like a slapback, so you can hear it. It's subtle, but it's there. Because I learned about this in country. But for the Chon stuff, it's all about pick articulation. Like your right hand is just as important for your tone as your left hand and as your pedal board. Like for example, if I really dig in versus it's all about the right hand. And also pick material matters too. Like this is the rabbit hole I'm in right now, just so you can see like how deep into the rabbit hole I am. Um, I'm not gonna tell you what I'm playing. I'm just gonna switch picks and let you hear the difference. Then I'll tell you what I'm stuck on and why. Let me grab one more out of here. Now we're getting into now we're getting into the weeds of like where I live. Is like, man, where do I find what I hear? Okay, so I'll play the same piece. We're just gonna do a G major 7 to a C6-9, C major 9 at 6, I guess, or 6 at 9. All right, that's 1. Here's 2. There's 2. Here's 3. So far, that is Ultex, celluloid. Now let's do a nylon pick so you can hear the difference. And then here's another celluloid. Honestly, I'm a celluloid fan. That's what I've been playing the most lately, is celluloid. Okay. Okay, that's sweet. Sorry, I got scratches butt. Do I like the Ultex? Yeah, I like Ultex, nylon, and celluloid. I guess that's all of them. I'm sure there's probably other material. I've played stone here. I'll show you an outlier too, just so you can kind of get a feel. I have one that is quartz in here somewhere. Okay, Bubba, stop. I know. I love you. I love you too. You're a sweet dog. I might have to go take them for a WAOK here in a second before I can get anything done today. They seem to need a little extra loving. Okay, this is amber. So tree sap. I know. I got scratch his booty. This is my homie though. I love him. Love him to death. I've got one in here that I'm looking for. I've kind of had a pick identity crisis. So I've got a massive collection that I'm sifting through right now to find what I like. I'll show you just the difference in stones. Okay. I know. I hear you. Yeah, I'm showing them my stuff. Yeah, you helping? Which one you like? Oh, okay, that's the one. You playing guitar? Okay. Yeah, that's a good boy. You can hang out up here. That's fine. You need a chest scratch? Can I get a kiss? Okay. Yeah, this is my buddy. This is Charlie Brown. Char Brown. He's 13 years old. Yeah, you my bubba. I know. Now, can I keep telling them stuff or what? Are we good? Let me finish and then I'll play with you. Yeah, I will. I promise. All right. So both of these are stone guitar picks. This one's amber. This one is quartz. What I like about these is that there's like zero friction. Is how it feels. The tone is also, it's just different. I'll let you hear it. I'll go back and forth. First, I'll show you quartz. Then I'll show you amber. And then we'll do quartz versus celluloid. Quartz versus Ultex, and then quartz versus nylon, so you can hear the difference. Because all this stuff is like, does it matter in the grand scheme of things? No. But Does it matter? Does it change things? Yeah, absolutely. And whenever your ears start getting dialed in, and I would recommend it if you're not listening to me through your headphones, do, because I'm playing directly in. It may be hard to hear just on your phone, because that's just a small speaker. In the room, you can absolutely hear a difference. Yeah, this is Quartz. This is made by Stoneworks Guitar Picks. Check it out. So. And here's Amber. Instantly, you hear how it's warmer? Look, I'll dial back the intensity. Here, I'll play this song. Sounds really good, right? The only thing is that like these picks are really good for if you're playing a lot of fast metal and stuff. I've done it. I just feel like it works my arm out faster than like say nylon or another material because they're just so thick. Don't get me wrong, I enjoy thick picks, but the older I'm getting and the more seasoned I'm getting as a player, I'm starting to tend to like lighter picks. I'll say that my favorite pick right now is a 1.4 millimeter, which some people would say is really, really high. But I guess it just depends on the job. The Fender mediums are like a staple, you know? This is like all of my idols in the professional world, like Nashville session guys, and really just about everybody who's somebody started off on one of these. And if you just use the tip, that's not really how the good Lord intended you to use them, in my opinion. You want to use the shoulder, because when you use the shoulder, you get like a whole different sound out of it. I think really the best sound is the hand, but I think celluloid is pretty damn close to the hand. It's super warm. All right. Well, I think that's probably going to wrap it up there. That's kind of like the world I live in, is just like experimenting with different stuff, seeing what I like, because it all matters, man. It all matters at the end of the day. Because you got to remember, your pickups are nothing more than microphones. And so everything that's approaching the microphones, from string gauge to, I believe, fretboard matters. I believe I'm team Tonewood. It may not matter so much in a mix when everything gets buried up, but as a player, it absolutely matters. And especially the way that I dial stuff in is slightly different. Like a rosewood board to my ear is going to sound slightly different than a maple board. Do I have a preference? No. I like them all. I'm not prejudiced. I don't discriminate. But yeah, man, hopefully that helps. That was a good question, Preston. All matters, dude. It all matters. It's all just a rabbit hole that you can spin your whole life chasing, man. And that's the goal, honestly. Oh, I didn't even showcase, this is another pick I've been messing with, man, is these Dunlop Ultex. but not a jazz form. I think they're called, Amazon sent me the wrong stuff, but I wasn't mad about it. I wanted to order, yeah, man, for sure. I wanted to order these Jazz 3s, but instead they sent me the bigger version. So they're kind of the same size as like a Fender Medium, but they're a little bit more pointy. So I like the pointy stuff whenever I'm playing super fast stuff. Like if I'm ripping like Gojira. That's some what's that dude's name? Jason Gorey or Gory something. I can't even think of his damn name. He has the thing about the alternate pick that really opened up. Why can't I think of his name? Anyways, that's a great question. What is this called? Tortex 3 is what it's called. Tortex 3. I like it. It's a little bit bigger, so you get a little bit more of a grasp on it. And then also you can use the shoulder on it like a Fender Medium, you know? But the pick that I've been absolutely obsessed with lately is this one, brother. Let me see. This is D'Andrea Jazz 3. It's celluloid. It's 1.5 millimeters. So they're really cool. They sound really warm. I think celluloid is well. It depends what you want out of a pick. I like my pick to sound as close to my hand as possible. So what does that mean? Okay, my hand is typically pretty warm. You know, it's definitely warmer than a plastic. So I like my guitar pick to do the same, to not add a lot of color. Like I hate plastic sounds, that pinging stuff. So celluloid has been a really good material. Nylon is really good. My problem with nylon though is that I just burn through nylon. Like a typical Jazz 3 like this. With as much as I play, I mean I just burn through picks. Now, lately that's kind of slowed down because I focused a lot on my right hand. The thinner in picks you go, the pick has a little bit more of a give. So you don't have to work as hard. But at the beginning, it's kind of like going to light string gauges. Like I play 9s. Like even on this strap, this is 9 to 42. I only play 10s whenever I'm playing D standard. So most of the time I'm playing 9s for both E and E flat standard. That changed my picking approach up. Because if you strum 9s like you do an acoustic guitar, you're going to be out of tune. You'll never play in tune. But what I find is like, if I take that same approach... And instead of squeeze, because at first I'd squeeze the hell out of my strings, and that forced them to go out of tune. The intonation would be horrible. So I got my left hand delicate, and then I feel like the thinner you go on picks, kind of the same thing follows. I still think for me the sweet spot is probably in between 1.14 to 1.5. I think I do have. Let me see. Yeah, that's a 2.0 millimeter one. I have a Tosin Abasi one that's like 0.73 somewhere in here. Let me see. If I'd known we were going to go this route, I would have been prepared and I would have had them all laid out. Maybe, I don't know if that would be interesting in a video to talk about, because I really enjoy having the questions to be able to answer and go back and forth. Oh yeah, these are cool. This is the Tone Pro or something like that, 1.4 millimeters. I think, what are these? Okay, this is 0.70. This is an Ultex material. So this is a thinner pick. Yeah, 0.7s, that's what this is. Now, I like how this one is, what do you call that, perforated or something? I don't know, my English is horrible. But it's got holes in it, it helps you to grip it. Sounds cool. I'm gonna give you another one to put on your radar. They're a little bit more expensive, but man, I missed my blue chip pick. I left my blue chip pick at Guitar Center and someone snapped it, and that's like a $40 pick. So I don't buy those anymore because that hurt. But this is like I think this is like a $5 pick. This is a Jazz 207. This is a super warm pick, bro. Dude, you hear that dexterity? That's cool. Yeah, blue chips are cool. They're just expensive. And here soon, I'm gonna be playing out a lot more. Like, I don't know if I told you, but I joined that band. Preston, I'll have to call you up, man. A lot's changed recently. But the band has been playing like a minimum of like 2 shows per weekend, and then I'll be doing acoustic duo stuff during the week. So about to get a lot more work put on my plate, which is good. And then also I'm growing the company, so I'm busy a lot. But I need something that's not expensive because, especially when you're in the heat of the moment, like I just don't want to misplace an expensive pick. I don't want to, like I love like, anyways. I am just want everything to be like if I go to any Guitar Center, I can find what I use, or it's easily to order, so I always have backups if that makes sense. Like replication is key, and while I like the idea of the blue chip stuff, it's just too expensive to have a lot of them. And like for example, I know that I like this Jazz 3. So I'm probably going to order a huge bag of them just so like I never run out of them. It's the same with strings. Like the string, it took me a long time to like really land on a string that I like. And when I found them, when I found the strings that I liked, I just bought 50 of them, and it was cheaper to do that. And I've been using them all year round. I haven't had to buy, except for on my guitar that I have in D standard, but I haven't had to buy strings in a while. And I like that. I like being that type of player where it's like, I've done all the thinking, and now I don't think, I just focus on the playing. But getting like my rig styled in and everything, at this point at where I'm at, I think it's important. I just think the most important thing is like so many, and you're not one of these guys. I've heard you play, Preston. You're a fucking fantastic player. But I feel like a lot of people, they undersell or oversell where they are on the instrument. And it's like, if you don't have fretboard fluency, like you should not be stressed about picks. You should be stressed about understanding diatonic harmony, studying functional harmony. Same thing. If you're playing as at a place where you struggle to play songs that you enjoy listening to, you should not be worrying about gear right now. You should be worried about the music, because the music is the most important part. Like you can sound great or you can look great. You can have all the good gear. You can have the best of the best, everything else, play a $5,000 PRS guitar. And then you'll sound like a lot of people who, who have that stuff where it's just like they can't play it. So I would just say, while it's fun to go down the gear rabbit hole and the tone rabbit hole and to really sink our teeth into these concepts, the most important thing is being able to play. If you can't play and hold rhythm, you're wasting time. You're wasting time. But when you're at a place, it is fun to study these things because different picks make me play differently. Like when I play a Jazz 3, I'm ready to play fucking technical shred guitar. When I play a Fender Medium, I'm ready to like pull on your heart chords because I'm not going to do anything too crazy, but the stuff I will do, you're going to feel it, And really like playing with my fingers is probably my most enjoyable way of playing anyways. It's so expressive. It's like a one-to-one connection with the instrument. But anyways, that's enough hippie talk. Dang, dude, I forgot how much I like this pick. Okay, I'll play one more song. I'll play that Sean song, and then I'm gonna get going, brother. All right, let's see. What's up, man? All right, that's all I got. Hey, hope y'all enjoyed, man. And Preston, I'm sure I'll talk to you soon, brother. Yeah, I haven't played it in a while, but it's good. It's good, man. My skill is just I've just been improving, dog. It's all this practicing. It's all these songs. I'm learning, like, my tempo right now is like 3 to 5 songs a day is what I'm learning, bro. It's crazy. A lot of studying. But all right, I got a video to film. I got dogs to walk. I got shit I gotta do. But hey, I appreciate y'all, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.